Hey guys, it's Melissa. If you have been wanting to do print and cut with your xTool M2 to see just what it's capable of, we are going to go start to finish on the first print and cut. So this is going to show you some of my mistakes, and it's going to show you some things that you probably might miss if I didn't point them out to you. So we're going to start in this, and we are going to start in the software because it's really important that we get this all set up correctly. And then we will deal with the machine itself. We will print, we will cut, we will go all the way from the very start. I will say one thing: if you haven't already set up the inkjet module, the initial setup, and done the calibration, you do need to do that first. So head over to that video if you haven't done it yet. It's in the description below. Otherwise, I'll meet you in xTool Studio. All right, so we are going to start in xTool Studio, and we are going to just use a basic shape that is already in the software. And I want to walk through the print and cut process and the workflow in xTool Studio because it's a little bit different, and you may find yourself kind of just clicking around. So let me just give you the exact workflow of what you're going to do. So first of all, we are going to start by adding an element. Okay, so over here, this one that looks like a square and a circle together. There's a whole bunch of different things here. I just went straight to flowers and picked this. Now, the design comes in, and you can obviously change the size or whatever you want. So I'm going to change the size so it's large, literally just so you can see, okay? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to go over here to mode, and you want to make sure that you are on print, then cut. Whoops. You are most likely starting by default on lasering on flat surface, which is technically true, but you want to print first and then cut. So we need to adjust the mode to say print, then cut. Okay, next thing that you want to do is you want to adjust to the material that you are going to be printing on. So we are going to be printing on basswood, so I'm going to select that and click apply. This almost looks like a pay now or something, but it just applies it in the software. All right, now what you have is you have a whole bunch of different options down here. So if you were to look at these, you're like, that's not what I'm going for. So what you need to do is you actually need to change this processing mode, which almost gets lost, to printer, okay? And that is going to give you the inkjet printer option. So from there, that's where you're going to print. When we get to that point, we are not going to do that yet because we need to create a cut line. So what I'm going to do to create a cut line is add an offset. Now, this offset goes around the design. I want it to be a little bit larger, so I'm just going to increase it a little bit. And now we need to set the processing, or we need to set what we want that cut line to do. Okay, so I'm going to click confirm. Now I've got the cut line selected, and what do I want that to do? So for that one, I don't want it to score. I don't want it to engrave. I want it to cut. And it already knows the reference here means it's referring to the material that I have selected, okay? And it already is giving me the automatic or the default settings that it thinks are best for this material. So I'm gonna go with that for now, okay? All right, now, what you need to do at this point is to make sure that your CMYK inkjet module is on your machine, or is in your laser, I mean, because what it's gonna do first is it's going to, of course, print. When you're ready, you will go down to the bottom and click that black button that says process. And this is going to give you the option to start. If you don't have your inkjet module in there, it is going to tell you that you need to add that. Go over to the machine and click the button on the front of the machine, and then the printing will begin. Now, remember what I told you in one of the other videos about how when the printing begins, it kind of uses almost like a forklift system to take that bottom cap off. So you'll see that right here. After it kind of checks to make sure where it needs to print, it goes back to the home for just a couple of seconds, and then it's going to begin printing. But before it does, it's going to take that bottom cap, the thing that has the sponge in it, and it's going to leave that over on in that home position so that it can begin printing. And you're going to see the printing here in just a minute. Now I am going to speed this video up a little bit just so we're not sitting here for, I don't know how long this took. It probably didn't take more than like 2 or 3 minutes, but I do want you to see this full process. When the printing is done, your machine is going to rehome. And at this point, obviously the software will tell you it has completed. Now, at this point, you can remove the module, the inkjet module, and you are going to replace it with the laser module. Now this is where I made a couple of mistakes, and I'm leaving them in here as teaching moments for you because, as I said at the beginning, this was my very first print and cut, okay? So you learn things along the way. So what you can see here is I'm working directly over this. Did you see that? It just moved. Now, how am I going to get it realigned again? So first of all, what I didn't see is that in the packaging, there are little magnetic clips. They're supposed to clip onto your material and then hold it at each corner and magnetize it to the bottom of the machine. That replaces basically the honeycomb tray, and then also it keeps it in place. So that was one thing that I did that was just, I missed not only using those clips because I didn't see them, but secondly, I was not careful enough while working over this. So what I will tell you is, because you're gonna get another camera view in the software, you don't need to try to move the material back to where it was. What you should do is try to move the design in the software over the image that is now showing in your software. Okay, once you get that all straightened out, and this turned out fine, you are ready to move forward with the cutting. So your software is now going to be in the cutting mode. As you can see here, mine says cut. So you can click process again, and the cutting is going to begin. Now again, the xTool M2, obviously it does require a filter, but it does not require air assist. It's built in. It also doesn't have a honeycomb available because it doesn't need it. It uses those little riser clips. And just while we're watching this cut, there is no riser base for this machine because it is able to do what it needs to do for taller objects without needing to be at that added height. So when you are done, what you will get is your fully print and cut material. Now this is one that, again, I would suggest that you do as a beginner. Use the piece of scrap wood that came, just use a design that's in the software so you're not adding another element of trying to import what's the best file format and all of that. And we will get to all of that in other videos that I am going to have on the channel, but at this point my recommendation is to learn the basics and the fundamentals and get all your whoopsies out of the way before you start using your expensive material and you start spending a whole lot of time on bringing in your own different designs. Now if you guys are looking for same-day personalized support, if you are looking for email chat support, I do offer that through Silhouette U, and I have specific videos that are not here on YouTube in the Silhouette U library exclusive for our members. I will put the link in the description below along with a coupon code for you so that you can head on over and join at a discount. All right, see you guys.